Speed, one of the greatest action movies ever made, and Sandra Bullock. This movie is the movie that got me to find Sandra Bullock attractive, and she is hot in this movie. Spirited Away, I think one of the more overrated Studio Ghibli movies, but it is very good, very good. I just think it's the lesser of the... There's better Studio Ghibli movies out there than this, but it is good. It's definitely good. Not saying it's not. Alright, next we have the Star Wars prequel collection. It is what it is. I mean, what else can you say about it? Everything's been said to death. Now, these are kind of special. I have the limited edition original trilogy Star Wars set, There's a New Hope, or Star Wars that will always be the title of it for me, just Star Wars. And this is the version that has not only the crappy special edition, but it has the theatrical version. The only thing crappy is they ripped it from the Laserdisc version, so if you're watching it on a widescreen TV, it's going to be really letterboxed and really just boxed in like that. So that's no good. But I have something special to show you in a minute pertaining to that subject. Alright, next we have The Empire Strikes Back limited edition, same thing with the theatrical version. I'm glad I have these though, I really am. Alright, then we have Return of the Jedi, actually my favorite Star Wars movie. Then we have the Phantom Menace DVD. I bought it because I know Lucas made some changes to the Blu-ray version, and plus the documentary for this movie is so revealing, and it's just as it's better than the movie itself. If you have not seen the documentary to this, it really just, I don't know, it's really revealing, and it's no wonder the movie is a disaster. Next we have the Star Wars Trilogy bonus material DVD. The Dark Knight Trilogy Blu-ray set. Look at that. I don't know, I love that artwork. It's beautiful. My favorite being the Dark Knight. Now here's the special thing. This is the Star Wars Trilogy on Blu-ray, despecialized edition. This is one of my prized possessions that I have. I really recommend this to Star Wars fans, especially if you grew up with the theatrical versions like myself. They look so good. These are fan-made. You can get them on eBay. I can't remember how much I paid, maybe $30. Definitely worth every penny, definitely worth it. The fans who made this put so much care into it, and you can tell that they love the film like us other Star Wars fans. So definitely check that out. It looks so good, and it's so nice to see the original theatrical versions just beautifully presented like they were supposed to be all these years, but we never got it. But definitely check that out. Any Star Wars fans who don't know about this, definitely check it out. Next we have some people call it a sling blade. Sling blade. Love this movie. John Ritter is really good in this. I love John Ritter. He seemed like a really good guy. Sad that he died so early. Next we got Sin City. Great movie. Next we got an underrated sequel. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I don't know why people hated this so much. It's more of what we wanted. Singing in the Rain. Classic that I have not seen yet. The Sixth Sense. Good movie. Maybe a tad overrated. Sophie's Choice. Decent, but it's way too long. Way too long. Some Like It Hot. Funny movie. Definitely check that out. Marilyn Monroe. Speaking of Some Like It Hot. Yeah, she's hot in that movie. The Social Network. Haven't seen it yet. Can't wait. One of my favorite films of all time, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This has a big special... I can't even talk. This has a big special place in my heart. One of my favorite animated films of all time. I don't know, it's just something about this movie is so otherworldly. I love it. Snatch. Spaceballs the movie. Spartacus. Space Jam. One of my childhood favorites. Have to have that. The Sound of Music. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Probably the greatest movie based on an adult animated series. Now to start off this one, this is a classic by every meaning of the word. This is the Dracula Complete Legacy Collection, the Universal Monsters collection. Dracula was the first Universal monster movie, and wow, what a great movie to start it off. Love this movie. It comes with the others, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula. Those aren't so good, but I'm glad I have this collection. Very enjoyable. Alright, now we have the 4 film favorites, Dracula. Now this is 4 of the Hammer Dracula movies. These are out of order, actually. So if anyone's interested in the Hammer horror Dracula movies, you kind of got to do your research first. But the first one is Horror of Dracula. Then I have the second one here on Blu-ray, which is Dracula Prince of Darkness. And then the third one is right here, Dracula has Risen from the Grave. The fourth one is right here, Taste the Blood of Dracula. And then the next one is Scars of Dracula. And then after that it's Dracula AD 1972. And then finally, the worst one, The Satanic Rites of Dracula. I do love these movies, Christopher Lee, and I wish he was still around. I love Christopher Lee. He was an awesome guy. Seemed like a really cool guy. Alright, this is Dracula from 1979. The Frank Langella, I don't really know how to say his name. Pretty decent Dracula movie. Not the best. Next we have Bram Stoker's Dracula. Definitely a bloated mess. Duel, Steven Spielberg's first movie. Amazing. Best made for TV movie ever, in my opinion. We have Dumbo, classic. One of my favorite movies of all time in a Steelbook Blu-ray. Easy Rider, masterpiece. For anyone who's never seen it, definitely check it out. Ed Wood, great Tim Burton movie. Followed by another Tim Burton movie starring Johnny Depp. Edward Scissorhands, both great movies. Check both out if you haven't seen them. Election, pretty funny comedy with Matthew Broderick. He's actually kind of funny in that movie. Alright, now we have Electra Glide in Blue, kind of a lesser known movie. Definitely check that out if you're into motorcycles and things like that. But it's not just about that. I'm kind of making it sound like that's what it's all about. But it's a good movie. Check it out. It's a very unique movie. Next we have The Elephant Man. Great David Lynch movie. Probably David Lynch's most normal movie. Enduring Love. This is an odd movie. Definitely very odd. The English Patient. Yes, I do agree with most people. It is overrated, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. You know, some people make it sound like it's horrible. Enter the Dragon. The best Bruce Lee movie. I know that's probably a cliched statement, but I agree. It is the greatest Bruce Lee movie. Next we have Eraserhead. I think Peter Griffin described it pretty well in the latest Family Guy episode. He said, "Oh, Eraserhead, this will be great for when I never want to sleep again." So, alright, this is The Adventures of Robin Hood, the Errol Flynn one. Errol Flynn was a really interesting guy, to say the least. Definitely look up information on Errol Flynn. He was a character. Alright, next we have Escape from New York. And I also have the Blu-ray of Escape from New York. I'm not really sure why I have the DVD and the Blu-ray. I have to get rid of the DVD, I guess. Alright, here's Escape from LA. And not as good as the first, but not horrible like everyone thinks. We have E.T. the Extraterrestrial Classic. And I also have another version of E.T. the Extraterrestrial. This is the limited edition 2-disc that came out in 2003 or 2002, I think. I remember when this came out. This was a big deal. This is when E.T. was re-released in the theater. and it was a special edition just like the Star Wars trilogy. And of course it wasn't as good as the original E.T. to me, but what Spielberg did, which was smart, is he not only put the special edition, which is the disc that looks like the moon, but he also put, look at that, the original theatrical release. How nice of him to do that. So definitely look for this because it's out of print and it's a hard find now. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Good Jim Carrey drama. The Evil Dead. Classic. Followed by Evil Dead 2, which is even better. And then got Army of Darkness, which to me is probably better than the other two, but I think I'm starting to like 2 more now, but Army of Darkness, really damn good. Alright, one of the greatest movies ever made and one of my favorite movies of all time, The Exorcist. This is the original theatrical version. This is the version I prefer. Then we have The Exorcist Extended Director's Cut. This is the one I think most people have seen nowadays. I prefer the theatrical, but this is good. It's still good. I just think there's too many hospital scenes in this one. I think most people might agree with me. Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's last movie. Definitely a very good movie. Very odd one. I don't think anyone will deny that. Next we have Face Off. I want to take his face off. That's my crappy Nicolas Cage impression. Alright. Falling Down, underrated movie. I think everyone should see this movie at least once. This is Joel Schumacher's masterpiece to me. Fantasia, great Disney movie. I haven't seen Fantasia 2000 though. Far From Heaven, just watched this recently. Pretty good movie. Definitely check that out. I like Julianne Moore. I think she's a great actress. And she's pretty nice looking too, I think. Alright, here we have Fargo. Good Coen Brothers movie. Here we have the Fast and the Furious 6 movie collection. I got this when the 6th movie was the latest one. I really like these movies a lot more than I thought, with my favorite actually being Fast 5. I think that's most people's favorite. Then you have Furious 7. The Fate of the Furious. And I don't know when they're coming out with the next one with this COVID crap going on, but Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Fatal Attraction. That bunny scene. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Definitely, you feel like you're on drugs when you're watching this movie, and I think that was half the point. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, one of my favorite movies of all time. Classic. Love it. Field of Dreams. Great movie. James Earl Jones is so good in that movie. Next we have The Fifth Element. Great sci-fi movie. Not as bad as a lot of people say. Alright, another one of my favorites. Fight Club. Love this movie. Did not expect it to be that good. Finding Nemo. Classic. Love it. Followed by Finding Dory, which I didn't like as much. I was actually a little disappointed by that. Oh, shit. Finding Forrester. Great movie. I think this is an underrated movie, and it's falling apart. But very, very good movie. And yeah, rest in peace, Sean Connery. Yeah, crazy. We're losing all the legends. Forrest Gump. Classic. What else can you say about it? The Fountain. I did not care for this. This is a Darren Aronofsky movie. I think it's one of his weaker movies. Four Weddings and a Funeral. Not as great as everyone else says to me. Now here we go. Now this is as great as everyone says. Frankenstein Complete Legacy Collection. I love the Universal Frankenstein movies. To me, these are the greatest Universal monster movies. This comes with Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, which is my favorite of them, Son of Frankenstein, which is my second favorite. Then there's The Ghost of Frankenstein, which is okay. Then Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. Then we're getting into the crazy territory. House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and then Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. And these movies were so ambitious because they were doing the whole movie, the whole cinematic universe thing way before Marvel was. So really, Universal Monsters is what started all that. So give those movies a watch.